investigating and monitoring the equipment going in and trying to alleviate the problems of leaving a 73-foot section laying within the pond still cabled down, and the high flows picking it up and turning it into a ramp over 4.5 feet high, and monitoring and going back in and measuring. Evaluating the segment, the large dam segment that was left lying in the water during the storms. We're going to walk the length, and it is a whopping 73 feet to the end of my tape over here. So this is quite substantial here because it is 73 feet. What we're looking at are just over 4.5 feet at this these long bars. But again, we're looking at a 4-foot plunge, and imagine the water that was sent over to this could have been as deep as 3 feet. So that's why this head cut was established with that high of a plunge. It adds that much more velocity to the river channel. Observing the flows as they went over the section that was left within the pond, for not clearing the 2 major gates that are supposed to manage the highest flows. As the flows came down, you could still see water going over the ramp section. In examining how many fish are trapped below the ladder within the first plunge of the holding pool, investigating subsurface below the falls, and examining how many different species could be found trying to make the migration up to the ladder, all of these fish ended up coming and swimming up from lower reaches and are all trapped within the pond downstream of the ladder. The remarkable thing is that large bass were being caught in the shallows as if they were rainbow steelhead trout. But here you could see all these invasive species, and having control in not allowing these species to move up to the higher watershed is very important. Finding these large schools of carp and bass, especially the carp, they actually affect the water quality, and you could find them that they actually make the water quality go down substantially when they're in large numbers. Observing the region of the operations of 3 ponds by the Santa Clara Valley Water District, you just observed the freshwater wetlands and how the valve sends water to the wetlands, and further down how the water is sent to the lower pond, how this pond and the valve system confuses all native fish, including to confine invasive fish in one large pond, allows the take. While no steelhead rainbow trout or salmon were filmed, most certainly they were in the mix. While observing the operations of the freshwater wetlands and how it releases water and how often it is drained, the only place that amphibians could be found are along the highway in a culvert system. Here you have ski pond of the Metcalf pond with 4 high-speed boats skiing and recreating, not a part of the ski club, allowing degradation of levees to the point of the take of at least 8 giant oak trees, allowing areas to degrade for 20 years to the point of losing hundreds of year-old trees.